defensively?
Yeah, real pleased with our effort today. It certainly wasn't perfect, and the big pass play they made, cut into the lead a little bit. But I thought our guys came out, and that first offensive sequence really set the tone, and then defensively, really the exception of that play in the first half, we didn't give them much at all. Made it hard on them. Thought how the offense responded, with the 2-minute drive and being able to get that score back before the half was big, and then really challenge the guys at halftime. Defense to come out and get a stop. We hadn't really made a special teams play yet. We got a good return, and then I think scored a couple plays later. I think Scottrade did. So all in all, pleased with the effort. I think we got out of it pretty healthy. Felt like we'd have to throw it a fair amount, and just by the way they played, and obviously Tommy, probably had, from a numbers perspective, his best day, as a passer. So, pleased with the effort all around, and excited to move on.
Attacking them on the edges with your pass game, how much do you think that then loosened up the run game too?
Yeah, I think we really wanted to get them sideline to sideline, whether it was through the pass game or even the run game, whether it was Ty or I think Ontario a couple times, and then again just try to get those big guys, moving and tire them out a little bit, and I think that contributed to some of those runs we were able to pop, and that was all part of the plan. I think we felt like we had to stretch them in every which way, and then some might give in the middle.
You said earlier this week you guys would have to make plays, either pass or run or whatever the defense gave you. It's just Tommy being able to make plays through the air, I guess.
Yeah, I think we've felt strongly that whatever it's taken each and every week this season, he's been able to do, and there was some real opportunities there, play action wise, and I felt like he had more than 3 incompletions, but that's all it shows here. So I thought that how he operated right before the half, I think that was critical. He evaded the rush a couple times, even on the touchdown to Ty. I mean, that was a heck of a play by him. So I think he continues to do all that we ask and then some, and for him to put up 304 touchdowns, I think that's an exclamation point on that statement.
On the big play right before the half, that touchdown they had, anything you saw that I guess defensively you guys were giving up or anything?
It was a long yard situation. Their kid's got a big arm, and they got some good receivers that we weren't quite where we were supposed to be. We were in a pretty soft zone defense, and we just didn't quite get to where we were supposed to in the middle third. And kid made a good throw, and then disappointing we didn't tackle him, and we should have tackled him a couple different times. But felt like with his arm and those guys throwing, they would make a couple plays. That was not the type of play I was hoping we would give up, but that's probably a credit to them as much as we were just a little bit off where we were supposed to be.
What can you say about Taco's performance today?
Yeah, Taco continues to show up and make an impact, and the screen we hit, the return he has, that was a really good throw that Tommy threw down in that shorter play action, his first touchdown. So, playmaker in every sort of way, and fortunately we've been able to continue to find ways each week. Not tons of ways, but a couple times of each game he's gonna get the ball in his hands and make an impact, and he continues to do it.
Defensively, what did you feel like was most effective against Dent? He was, seemed like he was waiting a lot, and then Tanksley only having 1 catch in this game.
Yeah, I think we wanted to make him uncomfortable, and I think we did that, really right from the start. He's the type of guy that you let him get in rhythm, you let him sit back there and pat the ball. He's got an arm that can do some things. So I don't think he had too many opportunities like that. I know we finished 15 for 29, but wherever he was at halftime wasn't close to 50%. So you put pressure on him, you get him back on his heels, he's out of rhythm. I think that's what we did kind of over and over again, and you create those longer third down situations, or you really try to speed him up in a third and medium. I thought we did a good job of doing just that.
Only 92 yards rushing for them, and then 2.5 sacks for you guys up front. So what do you think of just the D-line as a whole?
Yeah, I think it's where it starts for us. That group has, continued to make its impact felt each week, and it starts on regular downs, first and second down, being where they're supposed to be, stopping the run, and then we talk about earning the right to rush the passer, and beyond those few sacks we had, I think there's many other times that they were reeling a little bit. So yeah, O-line, D-line, that's where it starts. Feel really good about where we're at with both those groups right now, and they're going to have to continue to be the edge. Honestly, you get to this time of year, toughness wins, physicality wins, and that was the case today.
For the O-line, did you feel like their speed and that outside zone scheme kind of helped negate some of the size on the other end?
Well, they did some different things. Anytime you can get them maybe moving a little bit more than they want to, that plays in your favor. I didn't think we blocked everything particularly well by any means. They got some penetration here and there, and we'll have to look at how that happened. But our guys, when we're coming off the ball and we're working together, that's what we're after. And it doesn't mean it's all gonna be perfect, but we come off the ball, and whether we're running outside zone, inside zone, whatever we're running, I think that's got to be our calling card. And by and large, we were together today, but it wasn't probably perfect.
With Brody kind of banged up, how much impact did Kenny have just in the pass rush in the game today?
Yeah, I think Brody. Thankfully, we had that extra week. I think he was getting there. He's probably not quite where he needs to be, but Kenny's continued to, I think, take advantage of opportunities. He's had a few more stats roll his way the last couple games, maybe, but through the course of the season, I think he's played at a really high clip. And when we have him and Brody on either side, we can put both those guys on the interior and bring in Zach and Hunter Parsons. There's a lot to contend with there, and those guys all push each other, and Kenny's continued just development. It's been great to see.
Last time we were here, we were talking about the Montana guys that made such a big impact in the rivalry game. A whole bunch more Montana guys did too. I just keep thinking about how many guys from Montana right now are playing amongst the best football in all the FCS. So could you just talk about that element?
Yeah, I think Montana is a football-rich state. I think it's relative to the population. There's a lot of good football players. There's a lot of communities where football's really valued. And when we have guys on our roster that are from here, by and large, those guys are going to maximize their opportunity. And we just have a bunch of them right now. And it's, I think they've collectively pushed one another, and they're making impacts all over the team. You look at our all-conference list, that's a good chunk of Montana guys that make up our, I think, 16 or whatever we had on that all-conference honorees. So, we need to continue to have that be our foundation, and beyond those guys making plays, that's the core of our leadership. We have 6 captains, 5 of them are Montana natives, and I can't say enough about what that group means. They all spoke after practice yesterday, and just this is our last guaranteed game, so you have all your seniors speak through the course of the week, and how those guys, how eloquent, passionate, you frame it any way you want. Those guys love this place. They love one another. They play for one another over and over. It's about advice for young guys. Make the most of your opportunities. Don't take anything for granted, etc. And there's a lot of power in that, and that's what that's definitely our strength right now is those guys.
First 13-win season in program history. Any reaction to that?
I think it's where we're at this year. I know a couple of those other these championship teams in 76 and 84 lost a game, I think, in 76, lost 2 in 84. I don't know. I mean, we got a chance to play a 12 game regular season. We won all of them. We won a playoff game here. I think we're definitely doing everything we can to take this program to the highest heights it possibly can, and right now that's gonna mean we gotta win them all. So what do we gotta do to get to 14-0, I guess, is the next challenge. And, appreciate the guys' efforts in living week to week. And we've said it over and over again through the course of this, especially the second half of the season, being undefeated, being 13-0 has nothing to do really with our ability to go win next week. It guarantees us nothing. And, our guys really embody that. So I like our chances moving forward, and that's whoever we end up playing next week is all that matters.
Any thoughts on Idaho rematch or Lehigh?
You know what? We'll see how that game goes tonight. I've been part of it a couple times. Once here with Weber, I think at least once at North Dakota State when we doubled up with South Dakota State. If you end up playing an opponent you've already played, there's certainly some carryover, and there's also the guesswork of what's gonna look different. So we'll prepare for either team, however it works, and look forward to playing here again. I think that's the most important thing, that we'll be back here, whether that's on Friday or Saturday.
You were out without Rohan Jones today, and Hunter Province catches the first touchdown of the game. How did that? Ro's been a big piece, in it. Adam Jones scored again, so now they kept the Joneses going. I just thought of that. But Rohan, has been a playmaker. So I hope we can get him back next week. He was working hard. I want to get him back so he's not on the dang camera on the sideline all the time. My goodness, what a clown. But anyways, we got a good group there, and it's not just about him; it's about that whole group. And Hunter's been one that his role hasn't maybe been as big this year as we maybe thought it might. He's still a young guy, a second-year freshman. So for him to make that play, because he's got all the tools, and we got to continue to utilize that position. Maybe that's the best way I could put it, whether Rowe's in there or whoever's in there.
All right, thank you, Coach.